Here's a fun question to ask someone. On average, what percent of a sales dollar is corporate profit? Before answering, let's be clear what profit is. Profit is the money left over after all costs of goods, overhead expenses, and taxes are paid. According to a recent Yahoo survey, the average person will guess 36%. In other words, they believe that when they spend $1, a company retains 36 cents in profit. The correct answer? About 7.5%. In fact, liberals' most hated business, Walmart, operates on a slim profit margin of 3.1%. For every $100 spent at Walmart, they retain only $3.10 in profit. This common misconception of inflated profits serves as justification that progressive politicians frequently use to pass laws requiring corporations to pay higher wages, more taxes, and anything else they can think of. Yet in the real world, corporations operate on such a slim margin that when such laws are passed, it's impossible for the business to operate without changing something. As an example, let's consider what would happen in California if a law was passed requiring Walmart to pay all of their full-time employees $20 an hour. Proponents of a higher minimum wage laws falsely assume that Walmart would simply absorb such a cost increase without changing anything else in their business model. In the real world, Walmart would consider some combination of the following options. 1. Raise prices, making California consumers pay the cost. And let's consider who such a price increase would hurt the most. Low-income families that shop at Walmart. 2. Reduce the number of full-time workers. This change saves on benefit costs and decreases the number of jobs available, particularly for low-skilled workers. 3. Operate shorter hours. This reduces consumer choice and employment hours. 4. Automate more jobs, ultimately resulting in layoffs and reduced employment opportunities. 5. Close some or all of its stores in California. Note a common theme of who is most negatively impacted in these options. Low-income consumers and low-skilled workers. Higher prices and fewer stores increase the cost of living, which is most painfully felt by low-income families. Furthermore, Walmart's least skilled workers are faced with their hours being reduced or their jobs completely eliminated. Now, I know what many folks will say. Walmart is an evil corporation that makes billions of dollars. Of course they can afford to pay their workers more. But when operating at a profit margin of 3.1%, how can anyone expect Walmart or any other business to behave differently to government increasing the cost of their business? As a theoretical example, let's just imagine what would happen if Bernie Sanders suddenly became CEO of Walmart with a clear agenda to raise wages to $20 per hour exclusively at the expense of corporate profits. No price increases, no layoffs, no automation, just raising the minimum wage for its workers and continue on business as normal. Would this even be possible? In 2015, Investopedia calculated that Walmart could increase all employees' hourly pay only $3.67 before the company would be operating at a loss. Based on the American 1.4 million workforce headcount and assuming about half would see a pay increase of about $10, Walmart would most likely be insolvent in 18 months. Stated in more basic terms, Sanders' legacy to enhance the standard of living for Walmart employees would be 1.4 million unemployed individuals watching their former employer plunge into bankruptcy. If progressive politicians accurately disclosed the consequences of their anti-business policies, it would not go well. Indeed, consider the reaction a politician would receive if they promised to pass a law raising the cost of living for low-income families while also making it harder for low-skilled and less educated individuals to find work. That just sounds outright hateful. So instead, the left creates a false narrative of corporations having excessive profits, all in an effort to fool the public into supporting their anti-business policies. This video was made possible by San Diego tax fighters.